Welcome everybody to this edition of Strong Perspective Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Keith Armstrong, along with
Uncle Spoke.
also along with
Damon Armstrong.
and special guest tonight. That's your cue, my guy.
John Smith. John
Huh?
Smith. John
John,
Smith, better known as JD.
Welcome, brother.
JD.
Welcome.
I was going to say, did you forget your name, brother? We got to give you a flashcard or something
No,
like
see, you guys know me as JD, but my real name is John Smith.
John Smith. Hey, welcome, man. Welcome
Cool.
welcome to the podcast, man. We thank you very much, brother.
Good to have you, bro. Good to have you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good to have you. Just to let people know, me and John Smith, aka JD, have known each other since the 8th grade.
Long time.
Look,
I won't tell my age, but
no. I'm sorry, man, but I love being 60, JD. You know what I'm saying? You might look like
I'm 61. I'm 61.
look, JD. You might look like you 16 with a gray beard. You know what I'm saying? I like my weathered face.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's wisdom right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me go ahead. Terrence up here. He said, "What's up with you, JD? You see it on the
Okay.
screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Um, let's go ahead and get these out of the housekeeping out of the way. This is a Strong Perspective podcast. This is somebody suggests, hey man, why don't you call yourself the Grown Folks Podcast? Well, everybody on here is grown folks unless we ain't hit puberty yet. But no, this is a conversational podcast in which we all enjoy each other's company, and we're grown men and women having great conversation. So do us a favor, if you can, go to our YouTube channel, build up our numbers, like, share, and subscribe, if you will. We appreciate it. And understand that we're here every Friday on Facebook, on YouTube, especially YouTube, and on IG, on my IG channel, every Friday at 7:30. So you're welcome to tune in and get great conversation. With that being said, Jaquari, how was your day today?
My day was great, man, up until the end. I had a mishap with my phone, and now I don't have a phone. And when it happened, man, like I was telling y'all before we came on air, man, I felt kind of helpless. Then I remember who I was. I don't need no phone. Everybody who need to know where I am, know where I am. So yeah, I ain't gonna let it mess up my weekend.
That's how you go. That's how you walk into that strong.
Yeah, man.
I be who I be and when I be. You know what I'm saying?
And can't
Since
nobody do it
Damon,
better.
since Damon popped off, JD, how was your day today, sir?
Oh, blessed, man. Blessed. It's just taking one day at a time and enjoying this cold weather back here in Michigan.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, me and JD go way back. JD was a man of many talents. When I met him through my cousin Stacy Chauncey. He and Stacy were really good friends. You know what I mean? And when I met JD, JD was the athlete of the school. JD could do everything. No, I mean everything. Basketball, football, whatever he wanted to do, that's what he did. You know what I mean? So we go back many years, man, and it's good to know somebody like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
No problem.
Damon, you back with us, brother?
Yeah, man, I'm having a little difficulty, but I'm good.
Okay, yeah. It looked like you're sweating in the forehead area, man. How was your day today?
Man, my day was laid back, man, chilled out most of the day.
Okay.
Trying to stay out of the way.
Look, being 6'6", how you gonna stay out of the way, man? Well, you gonna pretend you a tree dressed in your green clothes and pretend you're a tree? No, no.
I'm underground.
uh,
Said I'm underground, man.
you're underground. No
Yeah.
doubt. No doubt.
Oh
All right.
man.
Well, JD,
Yes, sir.
you know, let's since you're new to the show and we want everybody to get to know who you are. Hopefully, some of the people that we grew up with will be tuning in tonight. And please, ladies and gentlemen, uh, bless us with your comments. We would definitely appreciate them. You know what I mean? JD, tell us a little bit about yourself. You know, your upbringing and everything that you care to give us.
Well, I'm gonna start off with first of all, I'm a true Buckeye. You guys didn't know that. Born
Now
in
you know for sure
Middletown,
that
huh?
you got three Wolverines on here. Even though I
No,
went to
I,
Pitt, I'm
I
a
got the three amigos,
Panther.
but the
Yeah,
Buckeyes
but,
are still my team.
but go ahead, bro. Go
So,
ahead.
so Middletown, Ohio. That's where I'm from, born and raised. Till I came to Michigan in '76. And when I came to Michigan, that's where I met Stacy at in Perry School, elementary. Stacy Johnson, my man, and the whole crew. Went there, went to middle school, went to graduate from the high school, Columbia High School. With you guys doing multiple things, and pretty much that's it. Just staying on the grind and staying out of harm's way.
Okay,
You know.
okay. Um, yeah. Since we are in the beginning stages of who you are,
Yeah.
shout your family out, man. You know,
Well,
are you married? You married, children, the whole
that's well. Let's just say I don't have any kids.
nine. Okay.
But for the most part, I get around town, no kids, family now, you know, just working 9 to 5 every day, pretty much, just self-employed, doing my own
Okay.
thing, doing construction and music. That's what I do.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, I did a little coaching growing up after I graduated, coach football. But other than that, out of harm's way, just night crawler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, if I want to direct everybody at the bottom of the screen, you see John Smith and Dodger,
Daja,
Dodger. I'm sorry.
not deja vu.
Yeah, how about it?
Deja, the joint,
Yeah, Dodger make me feel good. That's JD's newest single. Check it out,
Oh,
and you
okay.
see it scrolling across the screen. That's the website that you could go in and check out. All kinds of all things Daja. You check it out, and
Mm-hmm.
talk about you know your musical journey, because I remember that in high school, I believe you and Stacy was in the drumming bugle corps.
No, Stacy was. I wasn't. I
Okay.
was.
Oh,
Yeah, I was just Stacy. I've always played music though when we was in
okay.
school. We, football and sports, basketball, soccer, whatever it was, baseball. It was a job.
Okay.
So coming from Perry schools, from elementary to the junior high to high school, it's always been sports, 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 sports.
Okay.
But I also done music. I think when I was in seventh grade, Terry Chisholm, the Addies, and the Ward family, from the South Side. But um, we had a group called Formation Force. Then they changed it to Phase 2.
Okay.
And so they gave me, back in those days, they gave me ultimatum, sports or music. So I chose sports.
Okay.
That's when we had to, do the football or the basketball, whatever, the track and field, everything. You I
Oh
chose
yeah.
to stay with sports because music will come later. So
Mhm.
that's where I'm at now. I'm in the later stage where this is all I do now, just music, construction.
Okay.
So yeah,
Uh,
I
uh, uh,
haven't.
the different names that the names was Ypsilanti royalty when it came to the music scene. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
and JD just gave us some flashbacks. You see the three of us sitting there nodding like, okay, okay, you know,
yeah, yeah. So John Robinson and all them from Ainsworth Circle. I don't know, you knew John and
yeah,
George Ward and just the community. We did some good music back in the days. But I love my music. I love genres of music. So what I do now is I do Latin jazz. It's
Latin.
instrumental,
Okay.
instrumental because vocalize with my vocals on my CDs and records and stuff. Singers always put on. So I just went instrumental.
Okay,
They don't put on. So I'm doing instrumental, making that music talk, and we've been on the Billboard charts, been very successful with it. So I'll be coming to your town soon. Um, I think in North Carolina they have a new festival with Alexander Zanchak out of Detroit. Well, he's originally from Canada,
okay,
and he's got a festival he's doing in North Carolina. So we'll be there real soon. So be on the lookout for that.
okay.
And
So,
I have about 5 albums out.
okay, well, let's talk. Um, Give us a hint as far as your success when it came because you said you have 5 albums.
Hmm.
What was and really and truly just for us to get to know you better musically, what was your first one that made you like, hey, I've arrived?
It was a song that Miss Rosetta Hines played on the radio for about a month before I even heard it. It was on WJZD out of Detroit.
Oh yeah.
She gave me my first start on the radio. Um, she was playing a track called Had to,
Okay.
and she played that one, and we started doing shows around the Detroit area. And she was the host of some of our shows, and she said, "You have a unique sound, so keep doing what you're doing because when the people catch on, it's going to explode because it is a different, unique sound." And then a month later or so, I heard it for the first time. Man, I went crazy. I went crazy because it's just to hear your stuff on the radio.
Yeah.
It's just so it's like every artist say when they hear it for the first time. Man, it just is a great feeling, and I've been
Okay.
strumming ever since.
So when this occurred, was this in the beginning, middle, toward the end when she was
I would,
playing it? That's what I'm saying. As far as your journey is concerned, what was that? Where was that at chronologically?
it's in the middle. It's in the middle because for one thing about music, I always say music is a medicine. I mean, we all grew up with different sounds, different songs we like. Even as you get older and you go back and you play that song, it makes you feel good all over. It takes you down memory lane. It takes you to that feel good. Even when there's days when you're depressed and you're just down and out, but you play that one song, it pick you right on up. So that's what I try to build my music career on is feel good music, feel good. And this new single that I dropped last in October the 7th is called "Make Me Feel Good," and that song I stole that title from Harley Berry. I ain't gonna lie about it. It was that movie Monster Ball. She said, "Make me feel good."
Mhm.
So that's where I got that line from. But people ask me, "How do you create your music?" I'm a drummer. This is what I do. I drum, but I do all the writing for the band. I do all my writing from my drum beats, not from piano, not guitar. I come up with the beat first because everything musically, you have a pulse. You know, if you ain't a singer or you just humming a tune, there's a metronome that's clicking inside your heart. It's a pulse. It's always ticking and clicking, and so that's how I write all my music based on my drum beats. And I have multiple guests that's on appearing on my album. And yeah, we got a lot of stuff out there. You know, people just gotta get to hear us and check us out, and subscribe and hit like, and we'll be all right. You know.
Right. So throughout the creation of your 5 albums, how how much, like, if you were going through something at the time or whatever, how much of that emotion did you put into those albums, or could you even quantify that?
Well, it's really simple for me because a lot of people, uh, like you said, they got an emotion, they go through it, and they always ask me how do I create or what inspired you to write this song. Well, all my songs are from imagination. There is no sad story, love story, going through a process. It's just all just imagination. I just dream it, just like you're in a twilight zone. It's just something that I just create on the top of my head. So it's just like with R. Kelly, that in his career, he's a great writer, and he can write lyrics right off the top of his head. I can create music right off the top of my head.
Wow.
You know, it's no. I mean, if you just tell me anything, it's just a beat and it's a pulse. So it's real easy for me.
Okay.
So I used to write lyrics, but then trying to get people to sing your lyrics sometimes is a challenge. So what I do is just do instrumental. So I mix my music up with Latin, funk, jazz, rock. It's all in there. If you have a good ear, and it just feels good. So when you listen to the music, it turns into uh, it's like people compare me to Earth, Wind, and Fire. They compare me to Pat Metheny, and I take the compliments. But those are
Those are
my
hell of a compliments right there.
oh yeah, I had no idea. I had no idea. It's just I'm just having fun, just doing what I do naturally. Um, Prince, all of them. So I don't have just the 5 albums out. I got 6 more albums sitting on the shelf, ready to go. They're already recorded. Just they this make me feel good song. A lot of people don't know it. They just first time to hear it. That song was written 22 years ago. 22 years ago, I wrote this song.
Hmm.
And all of my music is I got started in 2002. I stopped playing in bands and just went in the studio for a whole year, just on the grind every single day, 365 days out the year. I was in that studio writing, and I wrote some incredible music. I got classical music, I have Latin music, I have reggae music, gospel music. I have it all. And if you ask me, can I put out a song tomorrow? Yeah, it's not. So we're gonna make it happen. So I got 20 for the people. 20. So
Okay.
we're good. So whatever you want, I got
So you only write exclusively for yourself, or do you write for other people?
you. I haven't written for other people, but there's a lot of people want me to write for them now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They love what I'm doing, and shoot, I'm trying to get out there. I need to keep all my stuff.
Of course. Of
You know.
course.
But I will write for other people. I've worked with we did a lot of concerts for a lot of professional opening acts, but like on my new album, which some of the names I can't say what song they played on because of contract disputes with their labels. But like Marion Meadows, I worked with, Tim Bowman, I worked with, Lynn Roundtree, Randy Scott, um, many others. I'm coming out with a new remake with Stephanie Mills. I never knew love like this. It's a remake that I've done. It should be out in sometime late January after the new year. And I didn't know that M. Toomey had wrote that song for Stephanie Mills. And so I got a hold of him, sent him a sketch. They loved it. And then probably about a month later, after he heard it, he passed away. And then his son has taken over the estate in 2024. So we got in touch with him, and he loved it. So we're ready to go with it as soon as we get the uh, final mix down in towards the end of the year. But I've done a lot of great works with a lot of people, trying to be like Quincy Hardhouse. Yeah,
I think you're muted, Keith.
yeah, you muted.
I'm sorry,
Yeah, there
my
you
phone is blowing up. But let me ask you this question, just out of curiosity: when you collab on a song or actually write a song for somebody, you get the writer's credit for it.
if you collaborate with them, if I wrote it for them, or if they come over to my side, say if I wrote the song and
Okay,
they collaborate with me, they get their regular fee, and that's it. You
okay.
know.
So I'm just curious about it because I don't know a lot about it, but
Yeah.
you being so so well traveled with it, and this thinks me of this being a writer of a song, do you get the royalties once the song becomes what it does, or if you say if you wrote a hit song
Mhm.
because you wrote it, just I'm a layman, so I'm just trying to figure out what you wrote the song and it's your song that you wrote, and then say another artist, yeah, that's a better way of putting it. Another
Mhm.
artist uh, uh, makes the song popular.
Mhm.
You being the writer of the song, you get a certain percentage of that song, or the
Oh,
full percentage.
I get a lot of percentage. A lot of percentage. Prime
Okay,
example.
that's why I
Prime,
was asking.
yeah, prime example of the song Whitney Houston did. Whitney Houston did a remake of Dolly Parton's song. That's one of
Hmm.
her biggest hits of all time. So if you
Hmm.
can remember that. And Dolly Parton gets everything, 100%. Just like M. Toomey wrote the song for Never Knew Love Like This for Stephanie Mills.
Hmm.
Um, I can't say that I wrote the song even though I'm doing a remake. So
Got you.
they
Got
get if you do it right, M. Toomey's supposed to get 100%, and his partner gets 100% of all the royalties. If I wrote
got
a song for you and you put it out and you made it famous, I get all the royalties. You get the
got
credit for you get performance credits,
you. Hmm.
but I'm the original writer.
Got you.
And back in the day where James Brown and Prince and all them people were sampling their music, a lot of MC Hammer, a lot of people, wouldn't pay them their royalties. Like Rick James, they were sampling his music, and Rick James said, "Hold on, wait a minute, that's my tune. I got to
Hmm.
get paid," and the artist should pay that artist.
Of
For
course, of course,
just
of
like
course.
Puffy and all of them sample music and all the your Mary J. Blige, a lot of their music, some remakes, and they did a great job, no doubt. They did a great job. But you still got to take care of whoever wrote the original.
Mhm.
Dr. Dre, all of them go in the lab and they sample beats. That was a big controversy back in the day, in the 80s and 90s. The artists needed to get paid for their royalties.
A lot of rappers, yes sir, yes sir.
Oh man, a lot, a lot.
But you want to know something what's crazy? What hurt me to my heart is I always was a Luther Vandross. This is off the subject just a little bit. I
Hmm.
always was a Luther Vandross fan to find out that some of his biggest hits and some of my most favorite hits are covers of some other people's songs.
Yeah, yeah,
That hurt me, man. I'm sorry.
yeah,
That hurt. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because look, the dude sung so well
yeah,
that you want him to have that, like, at least, you know what I mean,
yeah,
co-wrote the shit. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Yeah.
I mean,
But
but if you,
like, go ahead.
no, I was saying, if you think about Motown, man, outside of Smokey Robinson, who was it, Holland, Dozier and Holland, they was writing those songs.
Oh yeah, yeah. And
So
they
I
making
mean,
all the money.
yeah,
Yeah.
So there's a. I tell you, since you mentioned that, Keith, there's a Calvin Richardson. He's one of my favorite artists out there, and
Hmm.
I've been listening to his music for quite a while. And not didn't dawn on me. I thought he, like you said, I thought he wrote these songs. He was doing it so well as a remix. And if you listen to Calvin Richardson, he's like he did all of Bobby Womack's album, but he did it in such a new way. And
Wow.
I'm listening to it and not realize. I
Yeah.
said, man, that sounds like Bobby Womack. But then it started catching on and listen to the lyrics. I said, wow, because like these I won't say a lot about the record companies, but Charlie Wilson, one of his big hits, I forget the name of the track. He was saying, I take you to Macy and all of that. So um, he wrote that song. The record label says, no, we ain't having it. So he gives it to Charlie Wilson, and it becomes number one.
Oh,
So you know, you can write stuff for different artists,
yeah.
and the label might say, well, you should keep this. Babyface, Tony Braxton, Rita Baker. They don't want the song, then they just pass it on to somebody else who wants it.
Mhm.
New Edition, they all done. And
Yeah.
Luther, when he sang, he did a called a throwback track, and it was all cover tunes. And man, he did an excellent
I
job.
remember
It
that. I remember that.
was,
Yeah, I
it was
remember that.
phenomenal. And I said, wow, but you just never know where a song comes from. Kelly Price, everybody writes for everybody. But
Yeah.
I bet you guys didn't know that Chicago wrote a lot of songs for Earth, Wind, and Fire.
No.
And a lot of songs that Earth, Wind, and Fire wrote for Chicago, and vice versa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, I can understand, like, like when he brought in what's the group, they sang background on Earth, Wind, and Fire, the Emotions.
The emotions.
You
Yes.
know, they did a lot of Earth, Wind, and Fire's background as well. Them girls was bad. They were bad.
Yes, they were.
Yeah. So, I have on one of my songs, it's called Missing. It's a new song that's not even out yet. It's called Missing Miles. Missing Miles. Like Mr. Rick Ross said, man, you should name this song Missing Miles. I said, why is that? He said, it sounds like Miles Davis. And so I named it Missing Miles, but you think Miles Davis had a hidden track somewhere that never got released. Do it on purpose.
Wow.
It just was an accident that it
Gotcha.
reminded him. So I said, okay, I name it Mr. Miles. And it's coming out real soon too. You
Okay.
know, it's an awesome piece.
Listen. Look. I've always considered you a friend. So to hear how because you've always, every time we've run into each other, and it's always been on sad occasions too, man, which is crazy. But
Yeah.
every time we run into each other, you always told me that you was on this musical journey, and
Hmm.
I was proud to know you
Yeah.
because the kind of character you've always had, even though you're
Mhm.
from Ohio, right?
Yeah.
Even
Yeah,
though
I
you're
gotta
from
represent.
Ohio,
I gotta
and
represent.
look, hey JD, and you're a Buckeye.
Yeah.
Um, this understanding, like I said, my cousin Stacy was like a brother to us, right? He introduced me to you, and from that moment that I met you,
Mm-hmm.
it's the energy that you gave off was
Mm-hmm.
positive, great energy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And
appreciate
to see that it's still the same way there, I love that, man. I do. Because I've always appreciated genuine people.
it. Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Likewise, likewise. You know,
because
and you know, and my thing is the when I met you guys, Rod Fryers and Alvin Whites, all of them.
Mhm,
Alvin is a special guy. I,
mhm.
I used to hate him because he was so fast.
Yeah, he
You know,
was fast. Alvin was
he,
fast.
he was
Yes,
fast.
sir.
And Alvin that's one guy I used to hate the guard and everything because he's just too fast. Go slow. I had to switch gears and sit in that little forward spot. But but the thing about me, Keith, is that I just took, this is what I want to do the rest of my life is music, make good music.
Mhm.
And and I know when the people hear what I'm doing, and to be honest with you, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. I'm just having
That's real.
fun, And I had always made an oath to God that I wouldn't sell my soul to the devil over some fame and fortune. For the
Gotcha.
big contract, I've been offered two major big contracts, and I turned them down because my mom always said you don't always have to take the first thing to come to you.
Mhm.
But my key thing is I just wouldn't sell my soul to the devil for some fame and fortune. So, with that being said, you see what the industry is going through now. We see it on the news every day now.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I made the decisions that I've made in my lifetime to just stay humble, stay on the West Wing, do my little dirt, and then when I do get out there, no matter how old you are, or music will never die, never die. It will never die. So my thing is to have fun from this point on. Because
Yeah.
like if you want to get depressed, go look in your mailbox. Just go look in the mailbox, and you can be depressed all day. But if you stay away from the mailbox, you might be happy. There ain't nothing in there but bills. you know.
Hey, look, that's different, JD. But I understand. I understand what you're saying, though.
so JD, you one of them musical savants, man. You sensitive about your music.
Yeah,
Ain't gonna sell out to no. Hey.
no, no, I can't do it. I mean, it's just that it's easy to do. It's easy to do, but
Hmm.
you get trapped. You
Okay.
know, and you get trapped, and so I got to be free. I got to have free spirit. I got to write what I want, feel what I want, and I know what the people want. They want to feel good. So that's why that new track is called "Make Me Feel Good." You
That's
know,
real.
yeah.
So how familiar are you with the business side of music?
Oh, strictly 100%. I know all about it.
Hmm.
That's why I met with some big corporate executives and things like that from California. Been there, done that, and I was told, "Well, why am I here? Because you know what we know." I said, "But you have people that can pull strings for me, and yes, it's my duty to know what you know." Because that's
Yeah.
my education to the youth and myself. I mean, if you don't learn from James Brown, you don't learn from Ray Charles, you don't learn from Michael Jackson, Prince. They done been there, done that. So they
Yeah.
trying to help us to survive and not make the wrong decision. Don't be a sellout. You can be very talented, without taking your clothes off. It's marketing, selling people. Just listen to some good music. Just we need that. It's coming back. It's coming back. I see a lot of old school groups that's coming back out of retirement, going on tours, but we know it's show business, And so not to say to the industry, that, it's all dirt. I mean the new edition stories, NSYNC stories, Tony Braxton story. It's like, man, if you don't learn from this, you know, you'll get got. They still getting it, you know. But I mean, I've been through some tests already to where they try to control me already. Um, so I had, for example, one of my songs, they told me to take out certain instruments. You take these out, we guarantee you radio airplay. So I was experimenting, so I took it out to see what happened. I took it out, and guess what? It happened. It hit number 17 on the Billboard charts. But here's my point: it ain't me. Because if you making me do these things to satisfy your station, it's not me. There's stations out there for all of us in all kinds of
Okay.
music. I shouldn't have to change a flow because you told me to. I mean, I got tracks this they saying right now it should hit number one, two on the charts. But I'm not gonna change it because you wanna dip into my creative control. That's what Prince was saying. He should be able to be himself, you
Mm.
know.
Yeah.
And so when I had to change up, this is who I am. Why can't you accept me for who I am? But you want me to water it down and no, that ain't what I do. You know, but I know how to play the game. I know how to play the game. That
Right.
is, I give you what you want, but just get me to that stage. Because when I get to that stage, I'm gonna put it on you. That's all I want. Just get me to the stage and I'll do the rest.
So
So let me ask you a
and
question. What was the thing that you was asked to take out if you wanted to volunteer that? What?
That's what I was thinking too. I
Yeah.
didn't want to ask,
It
but
was they wanted me to take out a guitar solo that was like more like rock.
Got you.
And they
Okay.
wanted me to put a sax in place of it. So I did. I still have the original track with the guitar in there, but that's who I am. It's Latin funk jazz, and it has some rock in there. It's got Latin in there, and you can hear it, but it might have not. The screaming guitar might have not been smoothing for the ears because I do. See, they label me as jazz. I don't label me as jazz. I'm universal.
Got
I do it all. So, but they want to they want to stick me into a category. So you got to be in a category because now I'm instrumental, right? Jazz. Now
you.
tell me if you doing rock and roll with no vocals, what do you call it? If you're doing rock and roll with no vocals, what do you call it? So I do jazz with no singing. So you consider it as jazz. It's not. I'm an insult to jazz. To be honest with you, I'm an insult to jazz. I'm not the jazz person. I'm a funk and R&B person.
Got
But I do jazz instrumental because there's no vocals. So if there's no vocals, then what do you call it? So they label me as jazz. But it's more like more contemporary jazz is like, like your Wayman Tisdale's type of jazz. You know, your Victor Wooten's like more like a fusion jazz. But my jazz is just, I'm an insult. I don't want to even say I'm a jazz person. I'm a funk person. I know the funk. I'm the Rick James funk. That's the era that I grew up in. But because of vocal races, always quit on me. You get somebody, they disappear. So I take their vocals back out and I just create a jazz. So let an instrumental talk. And it's good stuff. It's different, you know. And not to knock anybody's style of music, you do whatever you like. I like it all. But let me be me.
so do you have any like go-go representations? Because
Oh,
I mean, and I'm in Northern Virginia, man, and this is a percussion heavy state, Maryland,
hmm
with go-go and everything, man.
That's where my agent is from, Maryland.
Mm.
She's in Maryland. And she's a big
Okay.
gun. She's top dog. But yeah, Go Go, Chuck Brown, and all them. We did a show with him, California, and a lot of people compare me a little bit to Brian Coverson as well. That's my guy.
Really?
oh yeah,
So Brian
All
Culbertson,
right.
nice guy as well. Um, so yeah, we have an eight piece band. We have eight piece. We have horns, percussion, keyboard, bass, and drums, and we bring the heat to the stage. I want a big band, but there are a lot of people say, "Well, your band's too big." No, it's not. Just get me to the stage. It's not too big. I'll show you
Okay.
why we are big band. Because we real musicians. We don't sample. We play everything live on that stage. Everything. We don't play the click tracks, nothing. Live.
Okay. You are you familiar with Afro beats? And do you think if
Oh,
you are, you think you
absolutely.
might? Oh,
Yeah,
for real? Okay.
absolutely.
Right.
I'm writing some songs right now. I'm dipping into that area. But I was just asked about maybe a month ago to write a funk album, for some people over in Japan. So I'm working on that right now as we speak. They gave me the green light and send me some tracks and what they want. So I'm going to make it happen. That's easy work for me. You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
So
easy work.
have you done a lot of touring overseas? You toured the world?
No, I haven't done over there yet. We had an opportunity to go,
Hmm.
and some guys couldn't get their passport, so that kind of like killed that.
Oh,
But I'm looking forward to getting it together and going back. Going over there real soon. Yeah.
Okay.
when,
All right,
when,
folks. Go ahead. Go ahead, Dan.
when you in your groove and you moving the crowd, man, do you go to another place?
Yes, we do. We do it. We call it Johnny on the spot. So we know how to. My guys are so well programmed, and um, we rehearse a lot. So
Hmm.
we don't just make it up. We know each other's vibes. If you tell us to switch gears on the drop of a dime, we can. You know, so we're
Okay.
very, very, very creative. Man, we have fun doing what we do.
I think the closest I can come to with that is like playing basketball on the court
Yeah.
in front of the crowd. Do you get like the same vibe? It just you know
Oh yes, yes. It's like my whole energy is like,
we
just
have
get me to the stage. Just put me on that stage, and we'll do the rest. You know,
Okay. So,
we we opened up for Alexander O'Neill one time,
Oh, yeah.
and it was amazing. The energy we had. We opened up for him, and the crowd was just overwhelming. He had to stop the show and say, "Hey, I'm on the stage." You know, because a lot of the times uh, you don't want the opening act to be better than the main act.
Hmm.
got you.
So they do some little trickery. I tell it all. I'm like Cat Williams. I'm telling it all. So when you outshine the main act, you know they boot you off of that. They boot you off that stage real quick. You won't be on that tour anymore because you
So,
can't.
so, so let me ask you this: being a competitor, because like I said, you was always a competitor. You were always a great athlete. You could do everything, jack of all trades when it came to sports. Does that translate into your music?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It translates because what happens is I try to do everything right, no matter what I do, whether it's work, whether it's family, whether it's home, whether it's my music. I believe in it one way, and it's called the right way. So if you're not going to do it right, don't do it at all. I had a guitar player, Daryl Dixon. He played in my group. He was with Fred Hammond and many other artists back in his day. He came to my rehearsal, my keyboard player, when we was rehearsing, and we have this thing called the dirty basement. The dirty basement is where we be on the grind, we practice live, and he says, "Man, if you don't do it right, don't do it at all." So ain't no need to do it if you ain't gonna do it right. So we're really not like James Brown, where we're really hard, but it's like James Brown, where we just want it right. and only we know as the artists, we are worst critics. We are worst critics. Keep, when you practice basketball, they train you. You gotta do this, left, right, pivot, do pass the ball, hands up, all this stuff. Same thing with music. It's just the coaching of knowing where you at, knowing people say, well, how do you guys know where to go with all these songs? We can do an hour show, 2 hour shows, and we don't even have to take a break. We nonstop. We program like that because I train my guys. If they give us 15 minutes, we're gonna make them 15 minutes the best. If it's a
Mhm.
half hour, 45 minutes, hour and a half, we got you. And we don't. We're not a cover tune band. We are an original band. And we play. I don't need to be playing Michael Jackson songs anymore. He already made his money. He's already got the fame and the fortune. What about me? Who is John Smith when it comes to the music? But if I'm
Mhm.
playing Prince or Michael James or Rick James, hey, who is John Smith? So I bust him in the head. We call it split their wig back to the white meat. Because when you get that chicken neck going, we got you. So it's instrumental, but we got to get you. You know, and we do a lot of casino works and stuff like that. It's good music, and I tell everybody to go check it out. Go on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you can find John Smith and Daja, Daja.
Daja.
You will hear some good music. You will hear some good music. All
And
original.
you the drummer, so you be bringing the energy then, huh?
I'm the drummer and the writer. You
Right.
know, I'm the CEO of the group. Um, I create all the music, and I can't wait to display the classical music that I've done. I'm in the process of working on a gospel album right now. Like I said, I got 6 albums sitting on the shelf ready to be dropped. And a lot of people ain't even heard my first album. It's called Straight Up John Smith, you know. And then we have Daja Ties. We got a third album called Daja Ties. We named it Daja Ties because when you listen to Daja music, it's like getting hypnotized. So when you hear my
Gotcha.
music, you don't do nothing but love it. So we call it Daja Ties.
Gotcha.
What
Let
made you
me.
get into classical?
I love all genres of music, so you'll hear a lot of that in my music too. Beethoven,
Okay.
you'll hear it in the music. Like I said, we have a song we just did like a month ago. It's called The Last One. The title is called The Last One. It's a Latin piece that I wrote 22 years ago or 24 years ago, and people heard it and they went crazy. They didn't know what it was. We perform in the Latin, Cinco de Mayo. We perform at the Latin communities, and what's so crazy is that I feel out of place. I feel out of place because I said, "Hey, man, we ain't doing full blown Latin, you know." And I said, but I tell my guys, don't worry about that. They invite us to their camp, so we just do what we do. So they must love what we do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just do you. So
Yeah.
I tell them
Transcends all.
we just getting paid to practice at another facility. That's
That's
all it
all.
is, you know.
And
All right.
if you go on tour in Brazil, I'll be your bodyguard.
Oh, come on with it. Come on with it.
All right.
We'll take the three Eagles with it. One, two, three.
All
That's
right.
Jaquari, you
right.
had a question?
All right. I have a question, and I want you to elaborate on the program you were telling us about before we came on air. But let me ask this question first. As a drummer, how much respect did you have for Phil Collins?
Phil Collins is a genius.
I mean,
He's
just to be able to drum and sing at the same time, you're a
Oh
different
yeah,
kind
that's
of
the
dude.
era. That's the era that we grew up in. Phil Collins is a beast,
Yeah.
hands
Okay.
down. That's my guy, and
All
he's a
right.
left-handed drummer too.
I didn't know that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I
he's
didn't
a
know that.
left-handed drummer. Yeah,
So
Oh,
all
what's
this
what's the difference before?
all this kid is backwards then.
yeah, right.
Okay.
And that's how I play.
Hold on, hold on. Because we can't skip over that. Before you ask your next question, Jaquari, please explain that. that he is a left-handed drummer. As far as how how special that is.
Well, the left anybody that's southpaw is a unique person, or female or male. What it is, like my brother-in-law, Henry Frost, he's left-handed, plays the bass, left-handed. So he's right-handed. If you right-handed, only thing he do is just flip the guitar over. He plays it upside down.
Okay.
It's upside down. And so left-hand drummers, instead of playing it right hand, um, John Blackwell, he's left-handed, but he plays right-handed. I played my drums left-handed, but I play right-handed because everybody right is dominant. So I
Mhm.
always played it backwards. So if you ever look at John Blackwell and his style of playing, he's playing a right-hand kit but left-handed. So if you watch his movements, it looks like he's even-handed. So this guy, John Blackwell, he's the best show drummer ever in the world. You know, God rest his soul. He's one of the best.
Mhm.
And
But
Jimmy Hendrix. Jimmy,
Phil
Jimmy,
Collins is a great one too.
yeah, I'm a fan of Phil Collins. Man.
Oh
But
yeah,
Jimmy Hendrix was left-handed too. Huh?
yeah. He was left-handed as well. Yeah,
The second part, man, I just like I said, I wanted you to elaborate on the kids program you were telling me and Keith about before we came on air, if you don't
oh
mind.
yeah. The School of Performing Arts in Detroit. And basically, what we do, they have one in Ann Arbor as well. It's called Side A, Side B. And what we do with the programs, we train the kids from any age, any age. We train them to perform. We train them to learn the different instruments. We train them on marketing. We train them on how to manage group. We train them on to organize the whole concert from start to finish. We give them instructions, but we let them run it. Ticket sales, we show them how to do this. Um, it's like Barry Gordy had them go into a class and be professional and how to do interviews and how to talk and
Hmm.
I mean, like you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I don't
Yeah,
know what you're
Yeah.
saying. You know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying 100 times.
bruh,
So
bruh. No,
you
yeah,
know what I'm saying.
don't say bruh in business, man. Don't do that.
Unk, unk. You know
Yeah,
what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
don't do that. Come on, man. Don't do that.
but that's what we do with the kids and the youth. We train them how to run everything behind the stage, backstage, um, and how to deal with contracts. We have lawyers, and one of my lawyers was, if I can say his name, Rick Broad, out of Detroit, was one of the best entertainment lawyers in the world. He was Madonna's attorney. He was Billy. If you guys remember Billy Sims when he had that double contract, and he played in Canada and he played in Detroit
Yeah.
Lions at the same
Yeah.
time, kind of that
Yeah.
little mess there. He's the same lawyer that I have, and I actually had four attorneys. And people say, "Well, why you got four attorneys and two accountants?" Well, in this business, I don't trust nobody.
Mm.
If I didn't learn something from the old school people, I got people watching people. So if you get misled, if y'all not on the same page, when Drew Hill came out and Cisco, I think it was Cisco, and they said, well, Cisco, he owned his own publishing company and everything. I said, what? I ain't gonna lie. I said, wait a minute. He don't know nothing about that. But evidently he did. So that's
Mhm.
where I learned how to start my own publishing company.
Okay.
So I got mine too.
Okay.
That's
Middletown Music.
that's important
Middletown Music.
information, man, for real.
So
Yeah.
no, say that again, brother. Let them know exactly what you're doing. What's the
Yeah.
name again?
Middletown Music Publishing Company. Dodge Entertainment is the record label, Inc. LLC. So
Middletown, Ohio. But
out
go
of
ahead.
Ohio. That's right. Yep. I got to keep the name. I'm a Michigan. I'm a Michigander, but I gotta let people know where I came from because
No doubt.
there's a lot of great artists came out of Ohio. You know,
Absolutely, yeah.
a lot.
The
So I
Ohio
No
have
doubt.
players.
Well, they're my cousins. They're my cousins,
All right,
and
Come
yeah.
on now.
All
Stop it.
right.
the bass player, and the and Dad's band. I have,
Listen, the greatest, I'm sorry. I love all my funk bands, but the Ohio Players was the greatest joint out there. You know what I'm saying?
oh,
Them
they
in the
had them.
Barcades, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the
Everybody
barcade.
else is cool now. I get
Well,
that. But
you know
them two right there,
you got heat wave out of Ohio.
yeah.
Lakeside.
No,
No,
look,
they wasn't.
Look, who was?
I'm grabbing. I'm
Lakeside from
look.
Ohio.
Yeah, they from Dayton.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, hey, here's another
Yes,
one. You
sir.
know, LaFace. What's the babyface group? The
Oh,
What was the name of that group?
oh man, I know exactly what
Babyface.
Oh,
The
the
deal,
oh,
deal.
right.
Okay.
Yep.
the deal.
Okay.
So you know where they from, right? Cincinnati,
Hmm.
LAB, Cincinnati.
So you gonna claim the Isley brothers too, then, huh?
Yeah. I didn't even know they was from Ohio. But yep,
Mhm.
yep.
No,
Hey,
the OJs.
The OJ,
Hey, yo. Hey,
Was
hey.
it Akron or Akron, Ohio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't sexy red from Ohio?
I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know that one. But it's a lot of great talent out there. I mean, even John Legend from Ohio.
Hmm.
I
A
thought he's
lot.
from Chicago.
I always support Ohio, no matter. I
No.
mean,
You know why you thought he was from Chicago because of his association with Kanye West. That's the
yeah,
only reason.
yeah, that's right.
You know
But
what,
it's
man? But go ahead, Jay Z. Finish your
and
point.
then in Philadelphia, they had a lot of Ohio
Oh yeah,
producers.
Philly, man. Philly. Whew.
Yeah,
Look, and think about it. We all the four of us, we straight up old heads, man.
yeah,
See, my thing is I've always appreciated music, period. Right? So
hmm,
I'm not a snob when it comes to the newer versions of music, right?
right.
But when it comes to soul, human, spiritual R&B, man, think
Yeah,
about it. Late
you know why?
60s,
You know why that
late
is?
60s, 70s. Come on, man, stop
Yeah.
playing.
You know
Stop
why that is?
playing.
Because they told a story, a good
Yes, sir.
story that lasts forever. I mean, the greatest story ever told was Marvin Gaye. What's going
Yeah.
on? That song, What's Going On? And that was still to this day, 50 years later, is still what's going on. And that it's a story behind that.
Yes,
Who
sir.
knew that he would write that and become legend in his own? And the way we write today, I don't think there's good storytelling. I think they're missing it. I think they're missing the storytelling. They
I think
seem to be.
it's what now you're the expert here. Is it what they're asked to write
No, a
that's
lot of
more
these young kids,
commercialized?
no, no. They
No?
just they it's high in demand. They trying to get things done quickly because
Gotcha.
it's in demand. The record labels, you got to produce these products and so many songs and albums in a short period of time. They'll write whatever. And a lot of these
Yeah.
young kids are very talented. But what Dodger Entertainment is based in their field, and if I could say, I call it the rejects. I like to deal with rejects because Kurt Franklin, when he got on, they gambled on him. They took a chance,
Hmm.
and he became who he is years later. But now, with the industry today and the way a lot of people get thrown out the door, they did an interview with L.A. Reid. L.A. Reid said, "All the success that you've had, what was your biggest regret?" He said his biggest regret was not to sign Lady Gaga.
Okay.
Lady Gaga is a beast.
Yeah.
He missed that one, but he signed the group out of Georgia. What was that group? The two rappers. Big Boy and what was their name?
Outcast,
Outcast.
Outcast.
He signed them, but he didn't sign her. But I'm proud of everybody and what they do, their accomplishments. There is nothing bad. There's
Of
uh,
course, I mean it is what it is.
it's just that we have to learn the business. All about
I'm
who
gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you my only problem, and this is it, where we got a mix of everything. We got a mix of the gangster culture, a mix of the pro-black radical culture. I'm just talking about rap
yeah.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
Pro-black radical, the flower child culture. Think about it. In our age group, this is what we saw growing up because it was a
Mm-hmm.
variety, right? But
Yeah.
now, not in the last 3 years, but prior to the last 3 years, what we saw was glorification of being and this no disrespect to anybody. This is an old head speaking. Glorification of a dope fiend. When you're talking about sipping on lean, you're talking about all these different things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's like I was telling my son, my oldest son, 32, Keith Jr. I was telling him, I said, listen, a lot of the more modern songs, beats and melodies is being wasted on the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
I said they're popular because of the song. I mean the actual. I don't know what you call it, what word it is, JD, where it's the actual song. The
Mm-hmm.
lyrics is what it is, but the hook is the melody and whatever. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, man, you know, I just and I'm not approved, man, because you gotta think about it. I was a police officer and I was rocking NWA, F the police.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying to you? On my way to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's and that's where my head was because it had to be there. Because the
Mm-hmm.
age I was 25.
Yeah.
And the four of us know how many times did we hear ourselves say it and other ones of our peers say, man, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to 25. How many times did we hear that growing up?
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And how many times did we see that not come to fruition?
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? I think that's why I kind of this I'm gonna let y'all chime in, and then after that, I want to play a little game. But anybody have anything to say?
Uh,
No
right now,
pressure.
right now, man, I'm going through my Red some Cootie phase.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what are you listening to right now outside of your own music?
I
I
listen
mean,
to
if anything.
I listen to a lot of slow jams. I listen to a lot of slow jams because to do a slow jam, you got to bring it because
Yeah,
everybody can't do a slow jam. You can
yeah.
sing fast and do things on the upbeat, but when it comes to that slow, you got to sing it. You got to bring it, you know, and it tests your vocal ability. Or even I have slow jams in my instrumental, but I make the instruments talk. One of my favorite songs right now that I'm probably gonna cover is by Joe Albright. He did a remake just recently of Frankie Beverly. He did it live before I let go. Man, they killed it. If you guys get a chance to listen to
Yeah,
it,
he did. Yeah, he
man,
did.
he did
Yeah,
the
he did.
thing. He was just here in Ypsilanti last summer, but that was a nice piece. So I like what he did, and I think I'm going to add that to my show.
Hmm.
Just as a little cover tune because I have a lot of horns, and I do a lot of Latin. If you like Latin music, this is a group out of Florida. um, they did a tribute to Michael Jackson, and Sheila E. is the host. And if you like, they did all Michael Jackson songs in Latin.
Okay.
Man, if you pull it up, a tribute to Michael Jackson, and I forget the title of the show, but man, they nailed it. They nailed it. You can, if you don't speak Spanish, you ain't got to worry about that because you can understand what they do, even though it's in Spanish and English, and it's just they had John Cicada, they had a lot of different singers there, but man, it'll make you tap your feet because they did an excellent job,
Okay.
and we did one of their songs in our show as well because it was different. But my whole journey of music is to be creative. Be creative and take it for a ride. We need that good music because go back in time because like a lot of the new artists they do cover tunes. Now I had never done a cover tune. I was asked to do a cover tune, and I was asked to do "I Never Knew Love Like This." I'm putting it out there because I just said, okay, I ain't scared of nothing. I'll do whatever. You know, I did it, and I got approved by the original creator, M. Toomey. He heard
Okay.
it before he passed away. You know, he the one wrote Juicy and I mean the other song, the same art, the same guy. And
You,
how,
me,
yeah,
and he. No.
yeah, that's it.
Look here, I'm sitting
That's
up here
it.
tripping on all these Ohio bands, man. All I'm thinking about is your attitude.
Yeah.
Ow. you
But
know,
you know,
Barcade, boy.
yeah,
Barcade.
that's all that's going through my head right now. I said, okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's why
yeah.
they all you sound like that then, huh? They're
But
from the same end.
the music world is fun, it's exciting, and there's so many talented people out there. I commend every last one of them. But even the record labels, you know, they just need to open up a little bit. And I'm hoping I can do that with my label and pick out the rejects. And
Right.
I've had people from London send me materials and stuff like that. I get people from all over the world sending me material, and I don't even know how I got into this and how it came to this point to me to meet so many great people that I've met. I don't be tripping and I gotta take a picture here, picture there. I get it. I get it. They celebrities, but it's more like I'm just honored to be on the same stage. We opened up for Sheila E. And I'm sitting here and I'm literally standing behind the stage watching her play these drums live. And when she gets done with her solo, she throws her sticks in the air and they happen to come behind the stage and I grabbed one and I was trying to get the other pair, because she's a beast. She is a beast, Atlantic Star.
She take after her daddy, man. For
Oh
real,
man,
for real.
she is the
yeah.
best. She is the best. And
Yes, yes, indeed.
But I commend everybody. Like locally, I don't try to do a lot of local stuff. I try to get out, different cities, different states, and just share the music with the world. It's tough in this business. It's hard. It's really hard.
No doubt.
But
No doubt.
with me, I love it. I'm doing it from my heart. I'm not doing it for the money or anything. I'm just doing it because I love doing it. You know, and if people like it, if I make a career out of it, great. But I got some stuff for you. I got some stuff.
No doubt.
I'll put it
No
on you.
doubt. All right. Well, let's do this. And then we're going to get back to you because let me tell you something, Jay. You are a great, great guest, brother. I'm telling you that now. You have done a wonderful job. But since we got old heads on here right now, and you don't have to go real in depth in it, but your playlist, I call it my driving music. When I get on
Mhm.
the road, I gotta listen to something that homes into me,
Yeah.
right? And I'll go
Hmm.
first. I'll go first. And what I'm gonna do is name the group. My go-tos, right?
Hmm.
So I'm gonna start. Main ingredient, New Birth, Manhattans. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The OJs, yeah, OJs is a staple. The OJs, Solo, Teddy P,
Mm-hmm.
my man. Um, hell, let's see, what who I really, um, let's see, Bloodstone. Let me see, Barcades. I said Barcades earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Confunction. That I'm good for now. I could go all day, but I'm gonna let y'all chime in and do y'all thing.
All right. Pat Metheny, Bad Company, Metallica, uh, Sizzler, and Capleton.
Okay.
Oh, Earth, Wind and Fire, uh, Frankie Beverly and Maze, Incognito, um, Al Jarreau. Yeah, I got so many, man. But those main ones I've been listening to recently,
Yeah.
especially
Okay.
Incognito, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, it's so
JD.
funny because Incognito is who I idol because a lot of people don't know about Incognito. They have 1,500 band members.
I
How
know,
many?
man. I know.
1,500 band members.
1,500.
Band members.
Wow.
They have that many members.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
That's
So
crazy.
when they travel to different places, they can call up anybody, Mesa and all of them.
Mm.
So we opened up for
Okay.
Mesa as well back in the day. But
Hmm.
like our favorites is the OJs, hands down. We have the Commodores. You know, I like Brian Culbertson, a lot.
Oh yeah.
You have Switch. You know, you have LTD. Jeffrey Osborne. I mean, GQ. I can just go on. James Brown. Ray Charles. All of the guys inspired me in many, many, many ways.
So you think about it though, JD. Everybody you name has a powerful lead singer.
Yeah,
Like you
true that.
like, yeah. As soon as you said it, I'm thinking, boom. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Um. But
When
go
was the
ahead and
last
finish,
time
man.
y'all listened to some David Sanborn?
Oh shit,
Oh,
man.
oh yeah.
When he
All day
passed,
long.
man, I played him for a whole month.
one
You
thing.
got,
One
like
thing
you
about
said.
me. One thing about me. Me and my brothers grew up off jazz. Our father used to put us down our afternoon, like if because he worked nights, he
Yeah.
used to put us down on our afternoon naps with his little ones
Hmm.
to AZZ.
Yeah.
Know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. Wasn't
But
allowed
the
to talk.
best experience in the world is live jazz, man. I don't
Oh.
know. That's just me.
Hmm.
My favorite genre, whatever the fuck. My favorite joint is blues,
Hmm.
bro. I'm a blues man to my heart.
You've
Like
been
I'm
in the
talking
South a
about.
little too long.
Listen, no, no, sir. Before I went to the South,
Uh huh.
BB
Really?
King,
Yeah.
Bobby Blue Bland.
Uh huh.
Stormy Monday.
Oh
They
man, come
call it
on,
Stormy
man, Stormy.
Monday.
No,
Yeah,
no,
man.
when they break it down, the eagle flies on Friday.
That's right.
Hey, Jada,
Damn
you just
right.
to this them up, man. These guys are terrible, man.
That's right. That's right. Well, they feeling them. See, they know about that feel. See, that's
Yes,
that
sir.
feel good.
Yes,
That's
sir.
that feel good. Yeah.
Hey,
That's what it is.
But let me say this. Like this song I just dropped, and I really wish I could say his name, but because of record labels, so I
Yeah.
always say complimentary of a friend. But he is a guy that is well known in the business. I have several tracks on my album that these three major players, and they all on the same label. But like when I use Marion Meadows. He said, "Oh man, you can say my name all day. I'm trying to get that publicity." And I get it. I get it. And you know, I just people ask me, how do I meet these people? Well, I got a staff that if I need to get a hold of somebody, that's their job is to find them. Because I don't do computers and I don't do you know a lot of interviews a lot of the times, but I'm out there. I'm out there. I got a staff to take care of all that stuff for me. You know, I'm just hammering nails,
No doubt.
build houses, and do construction. That's what I do. Still, ever since high school, builder's trade, RCTC. This is what I still do for a living. But
No.
building a house or remodel, kitchens, bathrooms, basements, you name it, I'm good. I've been doing it since I was 9 years old. But see, a lot now, y'all got three brothers, right? Well, my mom had 22 brothers and one sister.
22?
22 brothers and one sister. Nashville, Tennessee, Murfreesboro, they all in the South. And growing up, you either work or get a whipping. That was the option. And that's how I learned to do construction. But, God was a carpenter. I'm a carpenter, and I perfect what I do. My music, I take it very seriously. And when um, when I heard Brian Culbertson, man, this guy, he reminded me of my old keyboard player. They look like twins. They look like twins. And when I recorded back, started going solo in 2002, that's a long time to me, but um, I have tracks that I recorded back then. Matter of fact, we released two albums last year, two. And one of them was called Daja Replay. I just found some music that I had sitting on the shelf. I went in there, so I'm gonna just throw this out here, see what happens. And I call it Daja Replay. I record every one of the tracks 24 years ago. 24 years ago. And man, people are loving it. People love it. And what's so crazy? It's not even mixed. It's just raw. I just threw it out there because I forgot I had it.
Well, I done pulled you up, bro. I'm about to make me a playlist, man.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
I'm
we
sorry.
have one called Right on Key. Right on Key is we featuring Maurice Whitsett out of Detroit. Great piano player. And Mo is the co-producer with me on my album. And he does 100% all my keyboard work for me. So that's him behind the scenes doing some great work. And it was an honor to have Anita Baker's singers that performed with me in the studio. And I was glad to use them. They remind me of the emotions. They really sang their hearts out. And they didn't do any lead vocals. They did background, but they're good. And who knows if I'm supposed to say their name? I ain't say their name, but they good singers. It's a crazy business where I hate that I can't mention somebody. You know,
Yeah.
if they did the work, I want to mention it, but I got to play hide and seek because these record labels is everything is a fee. You know, but so I just keep it confidential and just just they make me sound good. And I like what they've done. Um, my bass player that I use, if I don't know you guys know Derek Bowl back in the day from the Ypsilanti area, he's the bass player. But I use Rob Skinner, the bass player, and Jeff Kennedy is a good drummer I've used. Larry Tucker I use. These guys are. I think Larry played with Aaliyah um, back in the day. He played with some of everybody, but he's an R&B guy. But you guys check out my website, check out some music. The new album is called Life After Life. If you pull up the Life After Life, we just threw we just threw him out there this year. Good stuff, easy listening. You want, like you said, Keith, if you want some good ride music and it's just mellow out, pull out some Dodger. It's crazy.
Okay, so
Stay.
Real
where
quick,
can
Keith.
we find it? Where?
Oh my bad.
Okay.
stay
No, I was
it's,
asking you where can if people are looking for it, where can they find your music?
oh, it's on DodgerEntertainment.net, DodgerENT.net. We have a website. We have our store. We have the concert dates. It's probably down now because we're going into the 2025, and we're going to be. We've already getting booked for a lot of shows, so we'll be posting those up shortly. But you can keep up with us, through the website. We just revamping it, you know, putting some more updated stuff in there, giving it a facelift.
Real quick, man. Gregory Porter, Ramsey Lewis, and
Hmm.
what was the dude's name? Robert Glasper. Uh, three more
Yeah, yeah.
for riding music.
Oh yeah. Ramsey Lewis is awesome pianist, and I try to dip into his flavor a little bit. But you know who I really like is that I really try to idolize is Sting.
Mm.
Sting is a very unique writer. Sting is when he was with the Police, he was okay, but when he became solo, I really picked up on his chord structure, his movements, and what he does. This guy is just if you ever sit down and really dissect his music, it's a lot going on. He did an excellent job.
Yeah, the one cut is probably me. That's the one probably one of my favorite Sting songs.
Hmm. And believe it or not, I like Led Zeppelin. The Led Zeppelin drummer is one of the best drummers in the world. You know, and Journey, as far as pop and rock era, Journey man had one of the best vocalists. I think his name is whatever David, whatever his name is, but the lead singer for Journey, he's just has some soul in him. That guy, he can go.
And what was the dude from the Eagles? The drummer from the Eagles? You
Mike
know his name?
McDonald, and
No, not
Michael McDonald.
Michael McDonald from the Doobie Brothers. Michael McDonald plays the keyboard.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, and he's awesome too. You know.
And then you know what? I'm not a music snob, man. I mean, I like because rock and roll originated from us, so I'll listen to rock and roll music all the
Hmm.
time. I was
Yeah.
always into, I was always into the drum solos and the guitar solos. Always into that.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Elton John is one of my guys, man. That's he's awesome. Elton John.
Uh,
Ten
Credence.
Ball Wizard.
Y'all listen to Credence?
Oh yeah.
Creedence Clearwater, yeah,
Oh man.
Power Tower. Yeah.
always,
Mhm.
man. I mean, and that's funny, man, because I love R&B. I always love soul music. You feel what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But I appreciate a good song. Period.
Period. Period. And
Period.
what you said there is the lyrics. It wasn't so much of who sang it; it's the storytelling behind the lyrics. So,
Yeah.
Patti LaBelle coming up, she was unique. Mariah Carey, her younger generation, but a lot of it's like the stories. Man, it's all about sex right now. It's all about sex. It's not
Hmm.
about what's going on. It's not about the Marvin Gaye. What's going on? You know. But I appreciate, you know, the upcomings, the music that was there. But a lot of these young people, like, it's sad that Rick James, when he died, his last words was, in that award show, I think he was performing, and he asked the young lady, "You don't know who I am?" You know, and but a lot of young folks, they don't. There's no talent. Now the young lady, her that girl is very talented, very talented.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
she really can. She's got mad skills. But there's a lot more of her, and there's a lot for the young guy. But you know what they don't have today? They don't have no more boy bands. They don't have no more girl bands. You
It ain't
know,
it ain't safe, bro. I mean,
everybody want to be solo. Everybody want to be solo. They want to be a Chris Brown. You know, Chris Brown don't need a band, no group, but he could. You know, but if you think about the industry today, there's no more boy bands. If somebody came out with a boy band right now and a girls band right now, they'll make it big. They'll make it big. But you want those, but can't nobody work together. You got to work together. You know, it's like it's a family. You know, you have to help one another get to the next level. You know, that sounds familiar right there. That's my intro to my video.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. No doubt, no doubt. I did that for you for a reason, but it is what it is. Let you
have,
know that we own it like that.
yeah,
All right. Well, this is one a miscellaneous question. Um, I told you I'm not a music snob, so I appreciate all music at all times. Right?
yeah.
There's being old heads on here. Did you pay attention to the back and forth between Drake and Kendrick Lamar? Were either of you guys interested in that?
No,
I didn't hear none of
I
that.
didn't hear it.
Okay, I was, and I'll tell you why. Because I told you, I'm not, and I'm not saying you guys are snobs, but I give it a chance because I love the energy of music. Period. Right?
Hmm.
I got caught up on because what it did was it was a battle between the newer version of things and the older version of things. It was a lyrical battle, right? And I had always, and I give credit to my son Keith, Keith Jr. He hit me on with to Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Bad City. I'm driving him to college, and he said, "Dad," and he said, "I never let him listen. I never let him be in charge of the playlist because it was some, especially when he was in his
Yeah,
20, 30,
yeah.
32 now. But when he was in his 20s, I'm like, man, what the fuck is this, man? Right? Because he used to listen to Gucci Man. I wasn't a fan of that guy. But he popped in and said, "You gonna enjoy this, Dad." And the lyrical content, the music was good, but the lyrical content of what Kendrick Lamar was saying, he also hit me to J. Cole too. I'm like, damn, that's a flashback for when I was a youngin'. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Or before music became singular. Rap music became singular, where it became gangster for a minute when the West Coast gangster music took over everything. And I ask you guys this because I'm sure you guys cut yourself off from modern day rap music, right? So my question is this: why'd you stop listening to rap music if you ever listened to it before? And I want to get the both all three of yours opinion on it.
Well, like like the Tupacs and the Biggie, that era and before that was all good. But then coming after them, it's like the door opened, you know, for some reason, the gangster rap. Lil Wayne was probably the last, you know, well, Kendrick Lamar, wasn't it Kendrick Lamar, whatever his name is? He's good as well. But it's the lyrics and what they're talking about, and NWA or MC Hammer, LL Cool J back in the day, even Will Smith, or it was fun, happy music. But then when it started getting little violent because East Coast West Coast thing, that kind of should not them want to be hard. It don't have to be hard. It's just a lot of them were perpetrating the rap thing. When you have Big Boy in them, and you have the Queen Latifahs, that MC Light. No, we were just talking about what happened to Tony Luke. You know, he's still in the game, still under the table doing the thing, but he's just not on the front street.
Gotcha.
And there's nothing. It has taken over tremendously from the award shows to a concert. You can't go to a concert without somebody getting hurt. You know, it's just it's no more fun. We want to
Gotcha.
go out and enjoy ourselves with these concerts, but it shouldn't be so hyped. Your chest is swelling. It doesn't make no sense. You know, because they switched the dialogue of the rap game. Now, MC Hammer, when he was coming out, he was a hardcore guy, but he did it on an upscale level. He just tried to help people. But then, Birdman and all of them came through. It became tough. You know, and it's like these rappers like got to be hard. And they take it a little too far to me.
Gotcha.
So that's why I don't. It gets in these young kids' heads, and they call Will Smith a sellout because to what the style of music that he was doing. But there was nothing wrong with that. It was fun. It was happy.
No,
You
you're
know,
right.
Summer Madness and all that other stuff. Compared to what's been said today, and the language that they're using is not professional to me. It's not. It's street. It's street. And I watched this young girl. I forget her name. She was on the BT Awards. You're coming out there half naked. You know, I'm not at a strip club. I ain't trying to make it rain. That's Hey, I gotta keep my dollars. You know what I'm saying?
No
I work
doubt.
too hard. I work too hard for it. To throw it up in the air for something. Oh no, I can't do that. And even if it's real or not, ain't spending that kind of money on nobody.
No
You
doubt.
know, you work too hard for it. It's easy. Is what they say is it's hard to make, but it's easy to spend. You know, and I ain't into it. So I just stay away from negativity. You know, not to say that rap is negative. I'm just saying that if it doesn't suit me, it's each his own. Everybody can do whatever they feel, whatever they like. If it makes you feel good, but don't go out here and act stupid. All hanging out the window, driving your car, road raging, and all this foolishness. That don't make sense. You know. So
Hmm.
good lyrics, happy lyrics. I don't care what a person does, but just don't try to take it out on somebody else. You know.
Gotcha.
So this rap game is more intense. I
Okay.
don't know you from left or right. So now I'm beefing with you. You know, we all here to make money. Let's get this
Yeah.
paper.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was always I always tripped out on them cats, man, was millionaires and shooting each other down in the street.
Yeah.
That never
Well,
made any sense to me.
you got to go. So you go to jail. You get out of jail. So that's make you somebody. No, it's stupid. It's stupid.
Okay.
I think I fell out of love with rap, man, when people demanded authenticity, man.
Yeah.
That these young creators, man, were held to the standard where they had to go out and commit the crimes that they rapped about.
Mm-hmm.
Unrealistic standards too. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
and that and what that affected was, man, the art of storytelling, man. Uh, didn't have to be true, didn't have to be anywhere near true as long as it entertained.
Mm-hmm.
We started that at the campfire, man. And we didn't have nothing else.
Yeah.
Somebody told a story,
That's it. A story.
you know,
And there's
and
nothing wrong with a good story.
there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never got it confused between entertainment and real life, man. I was living real life.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh, yeah.
listened to
You were there.
entertainment
No, you were there.
because it's a movie. Basically, it's a musical movie for your ears, a movie for your ears. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But for some reason, maybe it's conditioning. I don't know what category you would put it in. People wanted to maybe they because they wanted to feel like they had a chance. So like, okay, my favorite rapper said that he came up from the mud. Well, I'm in the mud.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that inspires me to keep going. But if your favorite rapper said I'm in the mud, but he talking about throwing keys all over the place and being and you know slinging pistols, there's something wrong with that. You got to look at it as entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But a
Right.
lot of people can't differentiate whatever. Cannot tell the difference between that.
No, they
You
get
feel
caught
me?
up to music. Yep.
Because they don't want to. Not
Mm-hmm.
that they can't tell the difference. They don't want to. You take the easy. I've always believed you take the easier path, man.
Yeah.
Because really and truly, I don't give a flying fig whether or not back in the day when we were younger that the I like the storytelling, but you think I care whether or not you in Compton and gang banging? You know what I'm saying? At the
Yeah.
time, I was a police officer, so I didn't want to be in the middle of that shit anyway. But if I
Right.
was a civilian, I did
Mm-hmm.
not want to be in the middle of that shit anyway.
Right.
You you feel what I'm saying? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
why do you romanticize instead of looking at it as entertainment? Why romanticize struggle? Because there's no, I guess, there's no end to struggle, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's no end to it.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, man, everybody struggle the same. So
Yeah.
why you
Yeah.
want to press repeat on that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's good artists out here. It's good. It's good all around. There's people doing some great work, but my God, this new story out there with P Diddy. I ain't gonna get into it, but it just blows my mind. See, that means control freaks, selling your soul out. That's what I said I'd never do. And I still I made that commitment earlier. And behind closed doors, you don't know what's going
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, though. The talent ain't the freakiest one.
on.
The controller of the talent is the actual freak.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking like it's not completely accurate, but my point is the example that we're given, it is the controller of the talent is the one that's sniffing toenails and sucking on, hair follicles. You
Man,
feel what I'm saying?
insanity.
But what they're doing is they doing that to the talent.
Yeah.
So that's a control thing, like you said, JD. It is.
And bro,
Yeah.
you said they sniffing toenails.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, look, I didn't want to get graphic, man, because
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
because we
That,
look at the
hey,
graphic, we can look at the graphic
that's
stuff
real
every
funny.
day. You know what I'm saying? We look at the graphic stuff every day.
Hey, you know what? I'm laughing, man, because my hookup, all the college students home. And I keep going in and out, so I'm only getting bits and pieces. And all I heard was sniffing toenails. I'm like, what? So I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
get the background on what y'all talking about, man. But
Yeah.
what?
I mean, we get
No, no,
you.
we're just talking about the Diddy situation and really
Oh,
just touching on it. I
oh,
think
Yeah.
I think
oh, oh, all right.
in its nutshell, it's a combination of being freaky, one to be dominated, and one to dominate because you're being dominated.
Hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
But
All right.
I just wish everybody the best. Whatever the system says, the courts, and I don't wish nothing bad on anybody, but I just want to hear what the truth is. The truth, because there's a lot of
I'm
dead people.
nosy.
There's a lot of
JD,
dead people.
I'm nosy. I'm nosy. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
And this is no disrespect to the because if you're a child trafficker, because of my background, you need to
yeah,
go to fuck the jail. You
yeah,
understand? If
yeah.
you're an
It's,
abuser, you need to go. You
yeah.
understand? But
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going, if you voluntarily, because you want to get on. Now, I'm not talking about the ones that was drugged. I'm talking about because you wanted to get on
Mm-hmm.
and you volunteered it.
Yeah, true, true.
I
Justice should
feel
be.
bad for you because you chasing that dream and you're making that choice that's not really
Yeah,
for you. I feel
right.
bad for you, but I only feel so bad. I'm thinking about the victim,
Mm-hmm.
the children, and
Yeah.
the stuff that they're suggesting,
All
basically.
of them. Yeah. And
You know,
like even with Cassidy, that when they linked that, man, that was something. That was something.
what was no? I missed that. What'd you say? When they linked
With,
what?
with Cassidy, when they showed the video,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that
Oh man,
that was horrible. That was horrible. I
look,
don't
you
care how
you
many
you
years
don't
ago it was.
you don't understand. You guys don't understand. 30 years of domestic abuse that I
Yeah.
had to go and make sure everything was good. When I
Mhm.
saw that, I hate this word because it's overused, but it's accurate. I was triggered. Like, what in the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
because I mean, look, first of all, if somebody say, and that's just me,
Mhm.
the way I've been living, if somebody say, hey, he or she is abusing me, until I see, now I understand people can frame people now, so don't get me wrong. But my first impulse is like, okay, show me that they lying. You know what I'm saying? Show me that they're lying because right now they're saying this, and if it seems like it's out of the blue, I'm leaning towards we gotta do something about it at least. We gotta find the truth at least. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? I can't ignore it, basically is
No,
what
no, you can't. You
you
can't.
know.
Mm. And the truth will prevail. It will come. It will come to light
Hmm.
in time. In time. But if you're guilty, you're guilty. If you're not, you're not.
Hmm.
So a man is always innocent until proven guilty. So they gotta bring it.
Look, mess around because we know our newly elected president been to a couple of those parties. Well, I'm just saying.
He
I'm
might.
just
He
saying.
might
No,
get. He might get. That's it.
no, but I'm just
Ain't,
messing
no,
around.
yeah,
He might get.
ain't nobody messing with Doc.
No, hell no. Hey, we're gonna close this off, and what I want you guys to do, and you're gonna go last, JD. Damon, you're gonna go, and then Jaquar, you're gonna go, and then you, JD. What is the one thing that's been living rent free in your head that you want to express today?
It's been living rent free.
What you're always thinking about, man. You know what I mean? If it look, it could be light, it could be heavy. It's just what's in your head.
I'm at the point now, man, in my life where I'm just enjoying my family. You know, trying to spend as much time with them as possible as I possibly can, and the rest of it, I can't really. It's like a lot of people are upset about the election. I don't care, man. I'm a black man. It's just another damn day. You know what I'm saying? I know we know how to. We old, like you call us old heads. We know how to navigate the bullshit, man. And I think the biggest struggle, man, is to try to pay attention to the positive things, the good things that's happening in your life, and that's the things that I think about the most, man. The blessings, bro. And I can't afford to care about the rest of it. If that answers your question, I hope I answered it because I'm getting bits and pieces.
Is it living rent free in your head? Because
Absolutely.
okay, then you answer my question. Thank you, sir. Jaquari.
Even though it is entirely impossible for us to control other people's thoughts and emotions, uh, as a human being moving in today's society, man, we should at least consider. That's it.
Hold on. No, you got to say that again, bro. You got to say it again because I needed to sink in because you kind of went into deep waters with that.
I I don't remember. Nah, even though yeah, people, well, even though it's entirely impossible to control other people's thoughts and emotions, I think we as rational human beings need to consider those thoughts and emotions and what we add to, the fuel we add to the fire in certain situations. Okay, we don't always have to win. We don't always have to get that sucker told. We don't always have to do that. We can walk away sometimes and retain our dignity as a community.
Okay. Even better for the second time around, Jaquari. Thank you, sir. JD.
Well, my whole thought about it is, man, live and let live. Do you be happy? Because my thing is, we in the last days. We in the last days, so there's not a lot that I want. There's not many people that can upset me. But I serve a good God, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. For me, is the master. Am I going to heaven or am I going to hell? So I'm trying to get my life together and do me and make sure I be ready at the end time. When it's our time to go, I want to be on that number. You
Okay.
know? So help me,
Okay.
help you.
No doubt. I think real quick, what lives rent free in my head is understanding that everyone deserves happiness. Everyone deserves happiness. And it is enough happiness to go around.
Yeah,
We talk ourselves, or we're being conditioned, or we talk ourselves into thinking that there's a small amount of happiness to be spread out. But really, in real actuality, it's 10 times greater than we all are. So I feel like if you, as a human being that loves yourself, tell yourself every day, I deserve happiness, happiness will slowly leak into your life.
amen.
And this is something that I am learning. I haven't fully learned it yet, but being an old head, it's starting to slowly and surely sink into me. And
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to sink into me right now because I'm going to teach my sons so they can teach their children, so they can teach their children, so they can teach their children. We deserve everything that everybody else.
Right, good stuff.
Any last words before we get off here, gentlemen?
Whoa.
Hey, just live and let live. Keep God in your life. Don't take nothing for granted. Treat people right. Love one another. And you'll be all right. Don't keep that stress off of you. Be happy.
Yeah.
I've thoroughly enjoyed the conversation, gentlemen. I thank you for your time. And as always, JD, once you have appeared on our podcast for the first time, you are considered a recurring guest, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
anytime you want to come on, any event you have, you want to come on and plug, man, let Keith know. And hop
Yes,
on
sir.
and we'll rap about it, bro.
Good deal.
You did a hell of a job, bro. And I
Well, good
thank
to
you for your
see
Yes, you
time
did.
everybody.
once
Good
again.
to see you
Yes,
guys.
you
Thanks
did.
for
Good,
having me.
man.
Thanks for having me.
See you. Damon, last words.
I'm gonna sit here with my face all frowned up and shit.
Damon, can you hear us? Damon,
Yeah,
can you hear us?
You
yeah.
got it? All
Any
right.
any last words, bro?
Uh, yeah, man. Last time you saw me, I was a young buck, man. I think I was my your senior year, my freshman year when I came in. You came out with Keith
Sophomore,
Yeah.
man. Sophomore.
sophomore year. I was a little young buck running around, trying to keep up with y'all, man. And you know you ain't changed a bit, man. You still look the same, bro.
No, thanks. Thanks. Yeah.
Like Keith said, you what you say? He was a teenager with a great beard.
With a gray beard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but stay safe and stay blessed, man.
Yeah.
No doubt,
Appreciate you guys, man. It's
no
good to
doubt.
see
You
you guys. Yeah.
know,
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna quote the great John Armstrong when I say Baba Lucy Mangani, and we'll see y'all
Hello,
next week.
amigo.
You know what that means, JD?
Yeah.
See,
Hello.
that's what I'm talking about, man. This is Strong Perspective Podcast. We're here every Friday at 7:30. Tune in next week, ladies and gentlemen, and check us out. If you want to come on, people that we know, get in touch with us, and we're gonna make it happen because we want you to be heard. This is Strong Perspective Podcast. Great job, JD. Great
All
job,
right.
brother.
Everybody go to the website, DodgerEntertainment.net. Look up some stuff.
Yes,
YouTube,
indeedy.
John Smith and Dodger.
Listen, newest single, Make Me Feel Good. All right. The
That's it.
Strong Perspective Podcast. We out.